regular session Nogales Housing Authorities Board of Commissioners meeting, 5:30 p.m., Tuesday, October 8th, 2024, City Hall Complex, Council Chambers. Call this meeting to order. Would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Mr. Reyes, do us the honor.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Any call to the public, Letty? Letty, call to the public? Okay. Number 4, Director's Report, Financial Report. Ms. Cervantes, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Thank you. Occupancy report for public housing for the month of September went down to 218. We have 3 ready to lease, 5 on turnaround status for a total of 226. We had 0 move-ins, 3 move-outs, 1 transfer, and 6 out of 8 applicants showed up for interviews, leaving our actual target at 96.46%. Our waiting list, we have 110 one-bedroom units, 83 for 2-bedroom units, 26 for 3-bedroom units, 4 for 4-bedroom units, and 1 in the 5-bedroom unit waiting list. Maintenance work orders this month were 148 completed out of 156 submitted. We had 4 units in turnaround status, 1 made ready, and 8 callbacks. Up on the top for the housing choice voucher occupancy, 177 housing choice vouchers executed under lease. We had 155 on the street. We actually have 6 this month, available 16 for a total of 177. We had 0 move-ins, 1 move-out, and 3 applicants show up out of 15 for interviews. Project-based vouchers, we have the 20 full at Bowman. Stability vouchers, 5 vouchers, 4 executed under lease and 1 poured out. Emergency housing vouchers, we still have the 15 vouchers, executed 11 with 1 poured out. Under our expenses, administrative expenses, allocated $368,170, expenditures as of 9/30/2024, $182,909.60, leaving us with a balance of $185,260.40. Under tenant services, we had allocated $8,610, and we have not expended any of it, leaving us with the same balance of $8,610. Utility expense, $304,290, $114,798.75 have been expended, leaving us with a balance of $189,491.25. Ordinary maintenance and operations, allocated $826,200, expenditures $276,097.79, leaving us with $550,102.21. Protective services, $4,500, out of which we have not expended any, leaving us with $4,500 as well. Insurance expenses, $143,900, $25,933.83 have been expended, with a balance of $117,966.17. Overall, we had allocated $1,655,670. We have expended $599,739.97, leaving us with a balance of $1,055,930.03. Any questions on my report so far?
Any questions? Very expensive month.
What happens is that our actual maintenance and operations is not on a monthly. So when we get that actual invoice from the city is when we see it come out.
Okay. And are we gonna be okay on the move-ins after those 3 move-outs?
Yes, and what's happening actually with public housing, and things happen for a reason and work out in mysterious ways. We actually have 3 tenants with medical issues needing a transfer. So within the vacancies that we have, we're able to accommodate the 3, and the other 2 will be going offline.
Okay. Thank you.
In addition to that, as part of my report, I'm happy to say that we survived our first inspection under Inspire. It was conducted on September 26th. There was 29 units selected for inspection. We were notified of the 29 the morning of the inspection. I want to make a public announcement and thank all our tenants and all my staff members for an outstanding job. The tenants were all very cooperative, and our maintenance crew was on task the whole time with the inspector. The deficiencies are categorized into 3 different categories. We have the severe, which have a 24-hour corrective action plan, the moderate with a 30-day repair, and the 60-day repair is for our low categories. All our 24-hour repairs were taken care of, and proof was uploaded to the platform accordingly. Amongst those findings, the majority were smoke detectors not being within the range that is required under Inspire. So we need to have a 4-inch mark between the ceiling and the smoke detector, and or the smoke detector and the adjacent wall. So when most of these units were built and we had the wire smoke detectors, the hole was already made and it didn't fit those measurements. So when we went back and put the battery operated smoke detectors, they just covered that hole. So now we went back, we actually covered them with a plate, and we moved the smoke detectors a little bit further down and away from the wall, meeting those requirements. The other 24-hour corrective action one was propane tanks being stored within the storage rooms outside our facilities, and one was actually inside the unit because they were going to go get it filled, but whether it's full or not, it was actually called on for a 24-hour fix. On our 30-day repairs, we had such things as faucet leaks, unprotected outlets within the 6 feet from water in the kitchen, a broken outlet per se. 60 days, we had worn refrigerator seals showing the magnet, and windows not locking or screens being loose. Overall, everything has been taken care of. We were waiting on a couple of refrigerators that have to be completely replaced because they're so old that we can't even find the actual packing. So we're gonna go ahead and replace those, and we're waiting on that to upload. I do feel that we got a decent score. I don't want to bring that up until it's final, but along with the final score, when it is available, I will provide you with a complete report of the findings. Any questions?
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Doe. Turn on your mic. Your mic.
I don't know what score you're referring to, but as far as if we're running a score, I think you're doing a great job. So keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Any other questions? No, and just like Mr. Doe said, you think you're doing a great job. Keep it up. Were tenants happy with that everything was taken care of and everything?
Yes, they were, and as a matter of fact, I did mention before the inspection that I was looking forward to the inspection as a learning process, and as a result, I have implemented, and notices went out this week, also advising our tenants that we will be implementing, starting the last week of November, an actual maintenance preventive strategy. So the last week of every month, we will undertake preventive maintenance in different properties, and the actual tenants will be notified prior to their property being the one selected for preventive maintenance. So I figured if we have the 10 properties and we take care of them at least once a month in terms of preventive maintenance, then we should be in better shape moving forward.
Good idea. All right. Anything else? Go ahead, Commissioner.
Marisa, do you still have the program where you have the tenants doing community service there if they're not employed?
So yes, but the stipulations have changed. So now if they qualify for other supportive programs, then they don't have to put in community service. So in that sense, we don't have any tenants at this time that are required to do their community service, but it is still implemented, but with a lot of different requirements now.
So, I would encourage them to do it at the housing authority because it helps the maintenance workers there, because there's a lot of units for very little maintenance workers. So if you can encourage them to do their community service there at the housing authority, I think it would be a good step.
Thank you for the recommendation.
Anybody else? Okay, Marita, then thank you for the report. We move on to item number 5, housing resolution consideration and possible action of housing resolution, a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of the Housing Authorities of the City of Nogales approving the write-off of outstanding check exceeding 90 days. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Any future agenda items? Go ahead, Ms. Commissioner Montiel.
Marisa, how involved are you at the Bowman Center?
In terms of the Bowman Center, we have our tenants under Section 8. And when our tenants come, per se, with a complaint, we follow up with inspections right away. And depending on the inspection, we take further action. Aside from that, last year when we had other issues, I got involved to the point where I sat down with the government group and had meetings with them to address the issues, but we have not had any circumstances as such recently. But if I have to, I will. But like I said, meanwhile, if our tenants do not come to us with specific complaints and or our inspections don't show that we have to take further action, then we do.
So you haven't had any complaints? Is it fair to say you haven't had any complaints lately from any of the tenants there, specifically Section 8?
No, we have not.
No? Okay. I'd like to schedule a visit in the future, so I will email you.
Okay.
I'm getting a couple of complaints, so obviously it's different from what you have to say. So I would like to visit
Bowman?
Bowman.
Okay.
That's what we're talking about, Bowman.
Yes, okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? Nothing else, Marita?
No, sir, thank you.
Okay. With that said, we move to item number 7, adjourn this meeting. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Meeting adjourned.